What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36. This is Big Games B.S, part of Den Media Group, presented by MFTKFoundation.com. MFTKFoundation.com, website for all the different things going on with the MFTK Foundation. We gearing up for the 6th annual book bag drive. A lot of other different things coming up. We should really be pushing it heavy in the month of May. And going from there. Everybody's still you says what? It's everybody's still everybody's still having plenty of fiery comments about the NFL draft, and it'll probably go throughout the week. Just need us to wrap this up. But oh, my bad. Appreciate that. Putting up the year 6. We're doing the book bag drive Saturday, July 19th in Orlando, the July 20th in Tampa at Middleton High School. Tallahassee will be doing a book bag drive at Bond Elementary School on the 26th, which is my birthday. On the 27th, we'll be over at FAMU DRS. Normally, it's where we have my football camp. The 2nd in Jacksonville. Damn, I forgot the school out east. I'll get that name again. We'll be doing that. And then we'll be doing my football camp probably at Edward Waters University for the 2nd year in a row there. But year 6 for us doing everything has been great. It's impossible without people like you. And this coming age, you're gonna need each other a lot more. So a lot of y'all gonna have to learn how to talk to people and talk to each other. That's, trust me, man. Have you seen the shit with the tariff? Like, they putting tariff tax like on Amazon, on Temu, like you can see it, and it's just like, I'm like, yo, that's wild to think you're getting something for like $70, like a whole bunch of shit, and then they just add $85 to it. But hey, find something on this side of the planet. I don't know what to tell you, man.
That's all we can do,
man. We got to talk for the people today, Jaden. So I know we have our whole thing with our FSU segment. We may have to talk about recruiting a little bit more. So while we're doing some of this other stuff, can we, like, Cam Brooks is a kid we just missed on. So let's pull that up. We can talk about John. We can talk about some of these other people. That thing that I sent you got deleted. So I don't know if you can still see it. We may have to screenshot it and then post the picture. But the people we may need to do a little Frasier here. So, like, right now, people, y'all can go talk to your friends. You got about 5-10 minutes. Tell them to come in here and we're going to have a counseling session. I'm going to be your shrink and try to help walk you guys through these emotions and these feelings. I understand it's tough. I want to tell you it'll get better. I want to tell you that, but I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on. But what we can do is we can discuss that, though. And during that time, if you're a colored, you can ask your questions. We'll try to answer those questions during that time. If you're not, feel free to tap the super chat. All of those different things help. Remember, all the money on this channel goes toward getting books. So, like, right now, this month right here, we'll be able to get about 10 bags just from the YouTube channel. They do take a good chunk of change to keep their way. I was looking for something. Oh, I need to get the add to YouTube. So for my people who love to listen on Twitter, love you guys. If you would, please don't venture on over to the YouTube channel. We're over 6,500. We need to get to 7,000. Once we get to 7,000, we'll give away $500 to somebody listening live on the YouTube, as well as we will give away $200 to a member. A member is $3.99 or higher. You have to be able to do that. We do give those away as well. Again, trying to be a show for the people, giving away stuff and doing different things on that nature. So outside of that, we start our show off the same way as we always do, especially when you, man, have you read some of the comments, man? They be getting active on IG. I just kind of look at it as just like, man, they boys did not like you saying anything opposite. It's like it's odd. You're besmirching the black man, but the only way for them to come counteract you is to besmirch you back. So, but yeah. So, but what we'll do is start off. We gotta be strong in that word.
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. Nobody wanna thank you, God. Thank you, God. Go.
Man, if that doesn't get you, I don't know what else. I also got some hold on, I gotta play this one for you. This is crazy. They had remember the choir. Remember I was telling you how I did someone would have like a trap choir. That shit that trap choir is something else, dog. Let me try to find it. Where is it at? All right, hold on. The stud is like amazing. She's into it. Ties them off. Man. Close the doors. I said close the doors. Hey man, that thing, I'm telling you, man, that's the new lick. You'll get more people in your church, man. Start converting some of these hymnals. All right, man. What we got, Jaden?
All right, so can you hear me?
All right, go ahead. My bad, Jaden.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So April 30th, welcome to the morning edition of Big Games B.S. Bring the good, the bad, and the BS in the sports world up for you guys. Starting out with FSU, got some track football news and some fan love as well. Staying in the city for another college segment and predicting a way too early NFL draft for next year. Next, we'll transition to the Senior Bowl and how that correlated with the number of draft picks in this year's NFL draft. Then we'll keep talking about some drafted players by conference, college, talk about some picks and some player topics as well. Then we have our Big Games BS segments, have a lot of basketball to talk about, a Florida Man episode, and something that should go viral. So first things first, got some track news right here. So your boy, Mr. Danzy, he's named the ACC's Men's Performer of the Week. This post was on April 29th, 2025, so yesterday, and he did claim the 8th fastest time in FSU history with the lifetime performance of 45.41 in the men's 400 meter for a second place finish at the LSU Alumni Gold Invite.
Shout out to Florida High. Stand up. Love that, young man. Keep working. We gotta get you better, man. Gotta keep breaking them times, man.
Yes,
Maybe
sir.
give up football.
I heard a lot of people suggest that online, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, definitely one of them guys on that track. Next,
Before that, shout out to his coach, Ricky. Ricky Argo was just like was very integral and making sure that he came over there. Like definitely he's got one of the best sprint coaches in the game. Hold on, let me see if I get my dog. Talk about this right here.
What's good, bro?
Hey man, dog, you gonna just steal our football player?
What are you talking about?
Danzy. Like he ain't gonna come. If you keep getting his times down like that, dog, he not coming back, bro.
Nah, I don't see that happening, man.
Oh, okay, nah. I just saw he got. What's that? The 8th fastest time in FSU history they hit.
Yeah, man. That dude. Yeah, he different, man. He might fuck around 44 seconds by the end of this year.
Now, what he got to do to like? I mean, I know the Olympics ain't for a minute, but what he got to do to like how fast he got to be to like? Does he have a legit chance for that?
Seeing what he's doing, not being a full-time track athlete, if he ever truthfully did decide to say, I want to just run track, yeah, he's that talented. Like he's like Olympic level talent. Man. And I don't say that shit lightly because I know how hard that shit is to make a USA team, but no, he different, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Now we was just checking out the stuff, and I'm like, oh man, my guy Ricky over here doing his thing with the sprints.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to keep this shit going, man.
Cool, man. Well, I'll let you, bro. I just wanted to hit you up with that. I just saw that, man. Just wanted to tell you good stuff on that.
Appreciate it, bro.
All right, man. Yep. Jaden, you probably don't know, but you've heard of Ricky before. Ricky was a part of that epic brawl against Clemson.
I remember that story. Yes.
Yeah. So Ricky was a former FSU sprinter, that is now FSU sprints coach. Real good guy. Again, a guy who I think it's a lot of tools that FSU could be using in recruiting. Ricky is one of those. Like Ricky can talk, especially those dual athletes. He was a dual athlete. He had to give it up. He wanted to play. He wasn't as good in football as he was in track. He came on a track scholarship. You can't have a track scholarship and play football. You have to give it up. But you can have a football scholarship and run track. It's weird like that, but that's the way it kind of goes. See, y'all can get stuff like y'all get to talk to coaches and hear from people that y'all would never hear from, and because they answer my phone calls. I don't know why, but they do.
Speaking of potential FSU resources, this former player has found himself a new home in the mountains. So Hakeem Williams has now committed to Prime Town in Colorado, Boulder to be specific. Standing at 6'3", 215 pounds, this wide receiver was a 4th-ranked wide receiver in the 2023 class, and he has 2 years of eligibility left.
The irony is when he committed, he said that this ain't no Travis Hunter right here. Wow. Different set of circumstances. And I don't like you guys who are going after him. It didn't work here for him. I actually really hope he goes off with Deion. And this is the difference between what a lot of people actually just pick and choose the different things that I say. Like, maybe Deion can unlock something in him that was dormant at Florida State. Maybe going to the Big 12. Like, when he puts it together, he is going to be a dynamic wide receiver. Now, 215 pounds, I know somebody lying. That motherfucker is not 215 pounds. That's a big boy. But here, he got, I think his work, I don't want to say, because I don't want to say it like sound like I'm besmirching him. I don't think he worked to the level in which his expectations were. He got a little bit bigger. But I think if he goes out to Colorado, he embraces what they want him to do. Because when you transfer, no matter what, you're going to have to embrace somebody's system and somebody's way of thinking. And I think if he goes out there and they've got some good quarterback talent there, I think he's going to be fine. They got the Liberty. That's where the Liberty kid went, right?
I'm not too sure.
Well, I know they got Juju.
Right.
But Juju's not going to start this year. I know they got a transfer quarterback in that was big. I'm pretty sure it was the kid from Liberty. because the kid from Tulane went to Duke, and yeah, it was a lot of different shifting parts there. But Deion will have another quarterback. The line will be a little bit better. They won't have a Travis Hunter-esque guy on defense, but they've got some pieces over there. And I'm excited for them. I don't know. Everybody think life is complex. It doesn't have to. Everything is not simple. There are things that need to be simple, but like you can actually want somebody to be good and not even care, or not care. Actually, you cannot care if somebody's good or not, and that doesn't mean you wish ill on them. Like I actually, like I said, I want him to be. I want this young man to flourish over there. You know, I got a chance to know some of his people, like Shula. His like Shula was always good to me. And a couple other guys, like one of his guys who put me on. I won't say his nickname. I'll say his government name, but I won't say his nickname so y'all don't hound him. But this guy Fred was always making sure I was up to date on stuff. Like, you know, shit. I hope he has. It's the Godfather. I wish you much success as long as your interests don't interfere with my interest, and you can do that, and that's all that it needs to be. But kudos to him. I figured that's where he was going, and I'm glad he didn't go to Syracuse.
I'm glad he did not go to the Orange as well. So, James, you mentioned this specific player at the top of the show. Wanted to bring this up since we're in the FSU football world / recruiting / transfer portal.
If you got your questions, put them in now, because once we get past this, we're not coming back.
Is this Cam Brooks that you mentioned, James? So Cam Brooks is the highest rated high school recruit to commit to Cal in 15 years. The Rivals 100 defensive end / outside linebacker has gotten a crazy amount of offers from the top schools: Georgia, Ohio State, Texas, Michigan, Texas A&M, and look at where he was from, Thomasville, Georgia, right around the corner from FSU.
Has he been to Cal? Like, Cal ain't nothing like Thomasville, Georgia. But this could be just Cal is a very high academic school. Could be a smart kid that just wants to really get out of the area. But I'm not gonna lose a ton of sleep over it. How does he fit into our system? Is he more of a defensive end or is he a linebacker? Because if he's a linebacker, we gotta teach him how to cover. The game is a lot different than it was, even back when there is no time to develop players at your Florida States. You have to be ready to play. And that's unfortunate. It doesn't make any sense. It should not be that way. But it just kind of is what it is. Has Coach Norvell really not posted since December?
I wanted to read this as well. So with the addition of Cam Brooks, this gives Cal the 5th best class for 2026 in the ACC when it comes to average star rating per commit. Brooks is the highest rated commit for the Bears since 2016. And you see FSU at that number 2 spot for the average star per player with 3.67. Cal is at the bottom with 3.4. So, James, just wanted to read this off to you as well. But, yeah, it's crazy how the recruiting cycle is now. And like you said, I know Luke just put this in the chat. Probably dive into this more. There's no time to develop players.
Well, there is. It's just when people say the system is flawed and messed up, here's what they should be focusing on. The transfer portal in of itself as an entity is not a problem. It's the problem of the way it functions. You have way too many opportunities to transfer. I believe in one transfer. We all players fuck up. But it's a combination of that, and I don't think they not enforcing the APR. Enforcing the APR will make you have to build relationships, build rapport, and also really dive into it. If a player knows they can't hit the portal but once, they're not going to just use it as a threatening tool. And if a coach knows I'm responsible for that player if he hits the portal, for them graduating, then I won't put them. The APR is basically it's your progress. It's progress toward your annual progress rate, which means progress toward graduation. Every year, every player has to pass a certain amount of classes, and you have to be able to graduate at a certain time. So if you go below, that's when you get smacked by the NCAA. And what happens is, again, a lot of y'all have been, again, you don't understand what media and propaganda has done. They make you believe that these kids are just jumping out of bad situations good situations and going to bad. No, a lot of these motherfuckers are being placed in the transfer portal. Like, I'm telling you, I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. Every time it comes right after they have, what do you call it? Your exit interviews. So you have exit interviews in the fall and you have exit interviews in the spring. They tell a lot of these kids, we're going in a different direction. But what used to happen was, once I stepped foot on campus and I signed my LOI, you're responsible to get me to graduate, which is why sometimes the guys who get pushed into the portal, I'll give names to it. Andrew Henry Kenyon. A lot of you guys don't know who that is. I think HK was a 3 or 4, was a 4-star maybe coming out of Lincoln High School. Did not work for him. HK was told that we'll keep you on scholarship. We will pay for you to go to school. We just don't want you to come back. A lot of guys got told that. Or you would see a lot of these guys who hit the portal who have injuries, who are being medical DQ'd at one school, will go to another school where they can get put on that they won't medical DQ them. But at Florida State, they will medical DQ you. You keep your scholarship as a regular student, but you did not count towards the APR and you did not count towards the scholarships. So if I put a kid in the portal, or if I transfer on my own and I don't get picked up, you still are required to get me through the finish line until somebody else comes and accounts for my scholarship. See, you see how I just fixed the NCAA? But what happens is the NCAA got mad because guys could get paid. They said, well, fine, we ain't gonna. They threw a fucking temper tantrum, stuck their head in the sand, and then the coaches who have been using this as a tool now are getting fucked over because you were using it as a tool to fuck somebody else over, and now they use the tool against you in damn negotiations. Nobody wants to tell the truth. But it's easier to paint the kids as the villains than to say, hey, the grown people kind of fucked up the system. That's the reason why we're in the position that we're in. I know critical thinking is one of them things, I guess, that Trump is going up against. But y'all been fighting that shit for years. It's time for y'all to start thinking for yourself and looking at all the information that's available to you. But going back to that, I think that would make us, like you were saying, Luke, about the development. You will do more due diligence in trying to get guys that you know can do all of the work, that you know can handle it. But as it stands right now, a kid can just jump in the portal whenever. I could put a kid in the portal whenever, and I can go get a kid that's already been in college for 1 to 2 years, and then I know what their body of work is. I could get results out of them faster because the fan base wants to win. And that's what it's because somewhere down the line, it's either natty or bust for everybody. Everybody. I have no idea why Syracuse, I'm just using them as an example. Why is Syracuse a natty or bust school? Makes no sense. Georgia Tech has one national championship, and I think it was the shared one with Colorado in '90. Why are you national championship or bust? Why is everybody national championship or bust and disregarding the things that actually make sense? Like, that's why conferences are set up. If it was just national championship or bust, it would not be a conference system. It would not be bowl games. Like, bowl games are really are cool. That's a treat. If everybody treated their lives the way they treat their sports teams, we would either be the most successful nation in the world and you wouldn't be caring and bitching about a lot of the things that you bitch about, or we would be like, we would truly be losers. I don't, like I said, fan bases get people fired. Again, Tag got fired in 18 months because a fan base hated the direction in which he was going. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. I'm not saying he didn't earn it. I'm just saying it's unprecedented for people to get fired that quick. But that's kind of the reason why kids, you don't have time to develop them. But I do know this. If I was a coach, I'm coming in this climate, I'm telling kids the truth. I walk in, I'm $500,000. I'm a $500,000 running back coach. I've been telling the same thing Billy Sexton told me. I like you guys, but I love my life. And this life is built on principles that this $500,000 can get me. Now, I need y'all to produce, and I need 17 to 24-year-olds to produce when I know new pussy, grades, life, and everything is involved in you. So I got to get as many of y'all as I can and throw you up against the wall and hope you stick. Now, with that being said, I will take you and get the best out of you. If you feel you need to transfer, let's keep this relationship going. I'll help you get to the best place, because guess what I'm going to bring in next year? You. I'm bringing you in every year. And if you don't get paid, I don't get paid. So I am invested in making you as good as you can to get as big a check as you can get, whether it be from my school I coach at or another school. Because I'm going to start using that shit. If I'm like, because again, let's look at it. Carlos Loughlin was at Oregon, is at Ohio State. How many Ohio State running backs you seen leave Carlos Loughlin? I'd say Ohio State. They didn't. And he's recruiting the best ones every year. And he's putting them in college. I mean, he's putting them in the NFL. Locke is taking that approach. Every coach doesn't take that approach because a lot of coaches aren't about the kids. They're about the check. And that attitude reflects leadership. So if you about a check, guess what they're going to be about? A motherfucking check. It's more to caring than just giving them a meal. Develop them as men. Develop them as entrepreneurs. Develop them as businessmen. Let them see what this game really about. But the problem is a lot of people don't know what it's really about because they never played it and didn't put in the work, and they've only been on the side of the X's and O's. Now, hold on, Daryl Jackson. I want to stop you real quick. Very good point. So we be talking about people getting blackballed, and that's not. Myron just wasn't a really good safety. And I love Myron to death. Myron also took a year off from football to go do the Rhodes Scholarship, which is one of the most prestigious things that you can get academically, even though you go look at who the scholarship's named after. He wasn't a really great guy. But he took a year off. He still got drafted. But when he came in, he's a big box safety. He's not he wasn't what the game was shifting to. The game was shifted to the spread, and he couldn't do that. Now, if he'd have shifted and converted to linebacker, he probably would have been a lot better. But again, that's me telling you as a guy who absolutely I want my sons to be more like Myron Rolle and James Coleman. Outside of, actually, you know what? If you're bold enough to be able to open up the door with a trench coat and whip that thing out on bitches, Myron Rolle is the one who the bitch said tried to rape her or some shit like that. And then it turns out it wasn't even the bitch that did it. It was a third person story that the bitch had heard from somebody else. Oh, wow. I forgot the girl, she was in Insecure. Like I said, women could just throw shit out there and then live their best lives. She was on Shay Shay, Club Shay Shay too, I think. And he didn't even say shit, but you know what? Fuck Shannon Sharp. Needs to be repercussions. We just be like, they love to talk about mansplaining and men can get off on shit. Women just be throwing shit out there and then letting people believe them, and then people find out that ain't even true. And then it's like, oops, my bad.
Trust me, I know. You cannot scorn a woman.
Nah, that's what I'm telling you. Like, Shannon kind of half dipped his toe in there.
Yeah.
You got to go all the way, bro. But again, she got the picture of her giving Shannon back shots. I mean, that's why he don't want to go all the way in. Because she went all the way in him.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, you telling you, dog, you're not finna do not James Anthony Coleman II. We're gonna get all the way in there. We're gonna get down and dirty. Hey, shoot. I'll be crazy, saying that wild, crazy shit. Be like, yep, sure did. Whatever you throw out there, yep, sure did. But this is what you did. I'll be like, damn. Some of them I might be like, damn, I don't know. Whew, that's a tough one. She hit me with a doozy on that one. But nah, Shannon, but nah, Myron was. But again, the football is a very complicated thing. It's a very complicated sport, and I think, and this is where the Shadur thing and all these other things, because it's a game, right? But it's not a game after. I can't even say after high school. At some high schools, it's not. It's no longer a game after middle school. This is a fucking business, man. And you have to look at it like you look at law school, med school, like all this other. You have to look at this like it. It's not a game. A game you can roll out of bed and play. I promise you cannot roll out of your bed and go play college football.
Right.
You cannot roll out of your bed. I can roll out of my bed and coach my son in I-9 football because I am superior from a football mentality than anybody they can put on that goddamn field. Now, as a high school coach, I'm better. I still have to be a little bit more prepared. As a college coach, I know I will have to do more things. So again, it's not just sitting there. So as a fan, we don't understand nuance and complexities of some of the things that they do go through. It is very true. Some of this shit doesn't make sense. Like the Cam Brown thing, I don't give a fuck if he's good or not. He's a top 100 player. It just looks bad when you lose him to Cal. Just like my guy Brian Harris over here in Jacksonville. He's a 4-star Under Armour going to the Under Armour All-American game. I don't give a fuck. He has some personality things that you gotta, he's getting better. But you gotta be able to go get it. You can't let him go away when you don't have anything comparable. I think that's the real problem is we don't know what the fuck you're doing. So when you see somebody in your footprint go somewhere else and you don't look like you're in for anything, that's when people start saying, hey, man, what the fuck we going? You keep posting memes and shit and Suge Knight things and saying like, hey, you got a lot of time. That's when them old people start saying, you got a lot of time for the internet. Like, but you ain't out here recruiting. And, hey, I got to, at this point, I don't know what they want. I'm just here to say, hey, if it works, it works. But if it don't work, I'm Isla Mae Adams' grandson. I give you the shirt off my back, but if the shit don't work, you're gonna hear my motherfucker. And I told you to do something, you'll hear my motherfucking mouth every time, the whole time I'm taking the shirt off my back and putting it on yours. If you didn't do what the fuck I told you to do. But like now they got the happiest reporter in FSU beat mad at them now. And Ira. And he a gay, don't flip Ira a Gator grad. But you know a guy we're trying to flip to help the fan base? We're doing all this shit to flip everybody else but the people they need. This motherfucker ain't scored a touchdown at Florida State. And look at the shit that this motherfucker got here in this box, Jaden. I was mad. I was jealous than a motherfucker.
This one, man, this is the heaviest box we got. It's from the Florida State Seminoles.
He looks crazy like Chucky.
Some of my favorite players I've ever coached.
Now listen to these names he drops, bro.
And one of the best people, the greatest coaches of all time that I have in the FFCA, Bobby freaking Bowden is the man.
That's a terrible picture of him.
God. Every time Bobby Bowden said, hey, Brad Johnson's a great quarterback, I listened to him, and we won a Super Bowl. Derek Brooks is a great linebacker.
Damn right he is. Leroy Butler, Green Bay Packers when I was there. Hall of Famer. Terrell Buckley. Work done. I mean, these guys I got to coach. All because of Bobby Bowden. Whew. God, I got juices pumping. Forget about prime time. Deion Sanders. How about Xavier Rhodes? How about Derwin James? How about this knife? How about Jalen Ramsey? How about the secondary that they had at Florida State? Whew, I got to be careful here. Oh, God. Florida State Seminoles.
Oh, nah.
How about Snoop Minnis? Remember that receiver? How about
He's super charming on TV, but I know the truth about
Yeah, we know he's a you can see it. Those people who act like this it's a trope. Like you know that they're an asshole in real life.
lead singer Jim Morrison? You know where he went? Florida State. Is this the greatest iconic
about to make me
helmet
mad
of all
right
time?
now.
Look at this. Look at these little hatchets on the back.
The
Andre
hatchets,
Wadsworth, Corey Simon, Timmy Jernigan, Bullware. Think of the guys they had on defense. I mean, good Lord. There's another helmet. No wonder it was so healthy. Look at this. Anquan freaking Bolden. Did you ever see the block he made that put him in the playoffs in San Diego when they beat the Chargers on 4th and 36? Nobody would have done that but Anquan Bolden. This is an iconic freaking brand. Florida State. Look at this.
All that gear.
Go get Bobby, will you? We got Bobby here. Who's your favorite team?
The Florida State.
What do you think of that? Hold that.
He's not
Here.
a Florida State.
What do you think of this? What do you think of Mike Norvell bringing the Knowles back? You
Let's
love it,
go,
don't you?
baby. Let's
What do you think
go.
of that?
Oh my, gorgeous.
What is the school color exactly? Tell me.
Garnet and gold, baby.
Garnet.
I got
and
the
gold.
Guardian ones.
This is a great.
I want the white ones though.
Here, hold that high and tight. Look at these. Look at this stuff we got. I mean, how about this?
It's making me. I don't care about
Number
that.
one.
It's some of this gear is like
It's freaking phenomenal.
That'll totally fit.
I gotta tell you, it's from the equipment staff, and that's one of my favorite hats right away. The shoes. Look at that.
They're unbelievable.
What size shoe do you wear?
Definitely two left shoes.
Just too bad. Too bad. Won't fit you. Look at the wristband. And then they got the gloves. Oh,
like what somebody asked. I know people are asking why does he
they
do
don't make a
this?
difference. I mean,
Why did we
you know
send him
Walter
this? Like,
Jones
all the
playing left
schools are
tackle for the
sending
Seattle Seahawks.
Gruden
He
these
could come
boxes
out of his stance
with
right
swag
now.
because
Better
he
than the
opens
guys that
them
are in
up
this
and he
draft.
talks about it. It kind of just
God,
gives
did
you
he
a
put
little
some
bit
tape
more
out there for people?
momentum. Like this shit right here, dog.
How about Dalvin
Like, no,
Cook?
man, I don't have
Sammy
that. Man,
Smith.
fuck y'all, dog. I don't
Freaking-
have that one, bro.
Cam Akers. I mean, the amount
Dog, the blue one.
of running
the
back,
craziest-
Amp Lee.
you can't-
Look at the
Like you can
people
buy that,
here.
right? I actually,
You know, Terrell
I
Buckley,
have
he's
that.
probably
They gave
laughing
me
right
that.
now looking at me wearing
Polo.
holding this gear.
But like some of
I
the
mean,
stuff
hell,
you
I might
can't
even
buy. It's
listen to
like
some Rita
different.
Cooley.
Like,
She went to Florida State.
Wow.
that one, man. Come on,
Can
dog.
you imagine this? Can you imagine having all this stuff here?
Hey, man, I want some
What
of
a-
this shit.
There's so much stuff here. We're gonna have a
Like, the black, like that one right there. And then he does that. Come on, bro. Like, he just. Like, it's like you mocking us, but you being real, bro.
Lawrence Dawson, Ron Lewis. I mean, I gotta put some gear on.
Like he got the sweats, man. Take this shit off, man. But he was named. But the crazy part is again. So I want you to think about this. He was in there dropping some names, dog.
Right.
Like dropping like. But the way that coaches and like GM's minds work is so much. Again, this is like I can't stress this enough to y'all. It works so different. I would call him because I know he would answer. And then you would recognize his voice. So I don't want to do the GMs like that. But like they can tell you about a player from like the 80s, of the most obscure player. Their minds are like mental Rolodexes. They look at things differently than what you or I look at. And because they're in a sport where the obscure person will work. Like they're not looking at it like you. And I'm sorry, like you may not like that, but they don't. I just hate. I'm a hater. Bonafide. I don't like that he got all of that free shit.
You have a
That bothers me. Like, cause it's like, man, like they hooked me up. But I gotta go with Pete. If I go with Pete, I know I'm finna get like a real good score.
So all the schools are doing this?
For him, yeah.
So all the schools
Like
came together and ignored his pass and said, "This."
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
That is so wild.
Nobody cares. He's still John Gruden. But John Gruden is doing a real good rebrand.
How?
Like, all right, so he's doing the quarter, he's like, man, send me some of this rap stuff. Like, what are you listening to? And they sent him, I forgot what rapper they sent him. But he was like, man, this guy's good. He's like, this man is like, he's like, man, play that. I think it might have been Migos or something that they sent. He's like, man, these Migos are good. Like, it was just wild. It's like, man, bro, like, but
I don't mind. I just don't know what we get outraged about. The things we get outraged in comparison to the things we don't get outraged about. I just don't get it anymore. So
it's America. You only outraged unless it wins. Or if it's doing something for you, you're no longer outraged. This is why I want us to just stop. Oh my, that's what it was. It was NBA YoungBoy. Of all like, it's like I'm trying to, like, again, like, people want to paint Bobby Bowden as a racist, right? I wasn't around Bobby all the time. I know this. I'll tell you this for a fact. Bobby is an old white man from Alabama. I don't need to know who he's voting for.
Right.
I already fucking know who he's voting for.
Yeah.
I don't need to know that shit. Has he probably dropped the hard ER? At least some point in his life he did.
For sure. But it was that N-word, not.
Yeah, it wasn't this N-word. This man fucked them kids, not these kids. And what I will say is that without that motherfucker right there, I'm not where I'm at right now. I can tell you that. We played it on the show. Bear Bryant talking about Mr. October, Gary, the New York Yankees baseball player, when he played during his brother played for Alabama or something like that, or something where he played his minor league baseball in Alabama, Reggie Jackson, and he says, we need more niggas to be like you, Reggie. And he said it in a loving way. In a loving way. It was like his way. But I'm like, man, how could Bear Bryant, the icon of civil rights, do this? Because again, without Bear Bryant, we're not having these conversations we're having because football's not integrated.
Right. I'm not mad at the person. I'm more at that fake outrage.
But yeah, that's what we knew Chucky wasn't shit.
Yeah, I don't care about it.
But Chucky didn't get fired because he was a racist. He got fired because you can't call your boss a bitch and say he sucks dick and shit like that. That's why he got fired. It was because he took shots at Goodell.
Yeah. And then you look at stuff like in the NBA, the Celtics old coach who lost it for.
He lost it because he cheated on Nia Long.
So
he lost it because he got some pussy. And people were mad, like, because that's again, like, y'all.
I can't compare.
Like, there's some of the, like, again, Shannon Sharp. Why are we really mad at Shannon Sharp? Why are they outraged? I'm not. I'm just like, dog. Like, really, what's happening is black women are outraged because he's fucking a young white woman, and he said old black women are too independent, and he doesn't want that. But that's his preference. Yeah. Shit, Michelle Obama just got up on here with Tracy Ellis Ross and was saying the same shit.
People have their types.
People are outraged by again, you're not outraged. The NFL is not racist because they didn't bring in Shadur. Right. The NFL doesn't hate black families because they didn't bring in Shadur. Look at the fucking draft. The first pick was a confident, cocky ass quarterback from the blackest PWI you could have, who got two parents that's like all the shit that you said the NFL hates. This motherfucker Cam Ward shows that the NFL can't hate it. Right. The second pick, daddy was in fucking jail. Every black stereotype and trope except for Hope, he got. Comes in, is crying at the Heisman Trophy ceremony. Dad is still there as much as he can with that. Can't hate that shit and then do that. And then did you see Abdul Carter's family? Them motherfuckers is Muslim. Mama's got a hijab on and all that shit, dog. Like, I'm just saying, people just want to be mad because there's nothing else to do. And the only way I can is stronger than fentanyl, dog. I promise you, bro. Like, y'all don't realize. I'm telling you, man, go to rehab.
Right.
Get off of the attention rehab. It's stronger than fentanyl. I can agree with these people, and it's a lot of people right here. And if I yell loud, then I'm going to get some new imaginary friends that are going to yell loud with me. And I will feel hope and want that I have never felt before because for whatever reason, social media has given everybody a platform, even the ones who don't deserve it. I'm going to get off on the tail. We're going to get to this. We're going to get some positivity here. I got a guy that I actually happen to like. This motherfucker hit a lick. Well, he didn't hit a lick, but he hit a fentanyl high that he'd been going after since December 2021. When Travis Hunter flipped from Florida State to go to Jackson State, my guy Sam Moore, y'all go follow him at More Life 1, I think, on Twitter. Not a bad guy, just really going for this same high. He did the Twitter Spaces, the Fire Mike Norvell Spaces, right? Bro, that shit was bumping. Like, it had probably 8,000 people in that bitch at one. Mike Norvell went in it. Coaches went in it. It got an ESPN.com wrote a piece on it. And he got more attention than he ever knew. And you know how you do that false humility? Well, I'm just a guy, and I just got a podcast, and I don't really know any of this stuff, man. I don't understand. No, good goddamn well, your ass ain't never had that kind of attention in your life, and you loved it. You loved every second of it, and there's nothing wrong with that. You loved the attention, but but he's been hating Mike Norvell ever since, right? Even on the 13-0 season, well, this is not sustainable. And Mike just did. Bitch, we are 13-0. Be happy. Like, you got to be, if you're not happy at 13-0, when will you be happy? Oh, but then when the bad stuff started to happen, but see, I told y'all, bitch, we were 13-0 last year. You ain't tell me shit. You were just waiting for this so that you could do it again and you could get that high again. I'm telling you guys, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. He done got married since then. I'm just saying, a lot of good things happen in his life off of negativity. So I can't be mad at it. And don't get me wrong, got married to a good chick too, man. Nice. Let me tell you, this motherfucker here, he went and I got him some tickets, not tickets. I got him, you know how hard it is to get hotels and stuff in Tallahassee. So I sent him the stuff to get him the hotel, and you couldn't check in to a certain time. And he was like, don't even worry about it. He sent me the money. I got the room for him. I did my part. And he was like, man, my girl said, don't worry about the money, man. You ain't got to send it back to my girl. I said, nah, nigga, you don't stand to your girl. You don't stand up. I don't care nothing about your girl. We had an agreement. I told you from jump you couldn't get into that room until a certain time. You got here early. But the room would have been ready anyway. But I liked that. And it's just, I like the success because I like people having success. And he's consistent, but it's just like, oh, man, bad shit happened. I was waiting on this. Fine. I don't care enough. But I do know this, my life is better when Florida State's good. I can tell you, I can promise you that. That's why I try to stay off of it. But anyways, I do know that we got a big bitch that we can commit to. We got some happy sound or something like that. Like a clap. Yeah, I do. Or we can put the NFL draft in, whatever we got. Just... All right. We got Jalen Matthews from Rutgers. He's flipped. He's a freshman, I believe. So he's got some more years. He's a light bright from the Northeast. Where is he actually from? Let me look at this. Because this will give me some more wait a minute, hold on. Oh, never mind. I thought it was an accident. So he spells his name ethnically.
He's from New Jersey.
He's from New Jersey? All right, where about? We got to figure out where about. Tom's River, New Jersey. Hold on, man. I got to get some. We're gonna get some breaking intel on this one right here. It can't be no Tom's River. Uncle Tom's River. Where the fuck is that at? That ain't Trenton. If it was Trenton or Camden, I'd feel better. The last player we have good from Trenton was from Princeton, and Myron. That's outside of Trenton, and Myron was a little, you know. But y'all leave my dog Seymour alone, man. Seymour, okay. Wait a minute. Oh, that's the he's from damn near from Jersey Shore.
Your call has been forwarded.
Damn. All right. I was gonna ask my cousin where that shit at. I don't know, man. That don't look like the. I'm gonna hold out hope for him because Uncle Tom's River don't sound great. Oh, damn, they had a new shoe drop.
All right, so moving on from that, shout out to Matthews for signing with the Seminoles. And James, we have a NFL way too early mock draft for next year, and things are looking scary for the college football season. Just going to read off some of these names. Arch Manning, Texas. Drew Allar, Penn State. Anthony Hill Jr., Texas. Caleb Banks, Ruben Bain. Lenore Sellers. Francis Mayoga, Spencer Fano, Peter Woods, Caleb Downs. Whew. Is it looking scary next season, James?
I don't like this because that means they got us either the Jags are the second worst team in the NFL or the eighth best, the eighth worst. Because we got the Browns got our first round pick. I'm gonna make people mad. And go off on a limb and say, I don't think Ruben Bain is going to get drafted 5. He has size issues. That he has to grow a little bit. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, but I do think Francis will get drafted where he gets drafted. Arch Manning getting drafted is going to it's gonna just cause people to just make comparisons that they don't need to make comparisons to. But and I'm gonna be honest with you, they'll have a point. I just don't think Arch Manning's that good. I don't think he's that good. But he does have tools. We shall see what he does next year because he's going to be on a Texas team that is loaded. But that draft, I think that draft's going to look a lot different when it's all said and done. But I do think I do know the Browns will go in a different direction. Did I tell you I talked to Denny yesterday? Again, a lot of this stuff, 2 guys you could have just talked to, Denny and Quincy Avery, and you guys would not have been shocked. But he said if Carson might have been a second round pick to the Browns, more than likely if he would have came out this year. But everybody was afraid of his elbow. So, yeah.
Next, we're going to transition into the NFL. Talk about the beloved Senior Bowl. We got a chance to go to the Senior Bowl this year, James. This is a nice picture. And we're going to read some of the stats associated with the Senior Bowl players, and this year's NFL draft. So the Senior Bowl had 106 players selected out of the 257 total drafted players in the draft, which means 41% of the draft was from the Senior Bowl. This is the 5th consecutive year where Senior Bowl draft picks have accounted for at least 40% of the entire class. And prior to 2021, the Senior Bowl had never had 100 players drafted in a single year, which makes this also the 5th straight year the game has hit triple digits. 7 first-round draft picks, 50 first 3 rounds, which beats our previous record of 45 from last year. 50 of top 102 players selected. All 32 NFL teams selected at least one Senior Bowl. Jags led all teams with 8 Senior Bowl selections. 106 out of 141 Senior Bowlers were drafted, which is 75% of the Senior Bowl roster. Four of the first 5 QBs drafted came from the Senior Bowl. Jackson Dart, Taylor Shaw Shuck with the Saints, Jalen Milroe, and Dylan Gabriel. James, aren't those interesting stats, man? Senior Bowl, the draft starts in Mobile, right?
It does. I wonder what it's going to be like now with him not being there anymore. The guy who kind of just promoted it, but like, again, if you're a marginal guy, or there's competition in your position group for who's the best, you got to go to one of these All-Star games, Senior Bowl or East-West Shrine. Mobile is literally where everybody's at. Jaden, you've been to basically the three. No, well, you didn't. We weren't there long enough. So, but the three biggest. But you saw like it's a lot of networking going on in the Senior Bowl. Hell, we saw my teammate Tony Carter there randomly. But the Senior Bowl, the Super Bowl, and the Combine are the three biggest networking events in the NFL offseason calendar, and you got to go. You got to go to those. So
definitely have to go to those, and it was dope going to those. So we got some quick facts right here. Gonna speed through these, and it's just some draft stats. So we're gonna run through these topics. So these were the number of draftees in each of the college football conferences. The SEC led the way with 79 draftees, following the Big Ten with 71. The ACC coming in third with 42. Big 12 with 31. Independents with 7. AAC with 6. The MWC with 6. MAC with 4. Big Sky, and so on. So James, SEC and Big Ten leading the way. Are you surprised with these differences?
Shit. No, but it lines up to what I was thinking already. Like the SEC, the Big Ten, and then the ACC is the third best conference. The problem is that when you look at, I don't like looking at it based on what conference it is, because the reality is it's really heavy weighted in some of those schools. Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon, probably, because they're now a part of, like, actually, when you really think about it, the Big Ten one might have got a shot in the ass, right? For who they've added to them. The same thing with the SEC. You added Texas. Texas had another good draft day, but it's not saying that the SEC was going to already have it. But Georgia, Georgia, LSU, Tennessee, Florida had another big year in draftees.
Alabama, of course.
Alabama, like when you add those guys, you already have 5. You add in the Texas that every year it inflates that number. If all of those guys played each other all the time, it would make more sense. But like some of those guys that are top guys never even got a chance to see each other. But it also goes to why those are the conferences that make the most money. And that's why Florida State wants to leave the ACC. And will leave the ACC, regardless of what just happened. And that's just kind of where it goes.
Moving on with our quick takes. Speaking of schools, James, look at the schools with the most picks in the 2025 NFL Draft. Ohio State, the national championship, is leading the way with 14. Georgia coming in second with 13. Then you have Texas, Oregon, Ole Miss, Alabama, Florida, LSU, Miami, and then Michigan rounding
it
out.
just goes back to what I said. Like,
right.
Like, the SEC was already dominant, and they got a shot in the ass with 12 players. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would have been the Big 12's 12 guys. The Big Ten has already got a shot in the ass with 10 from Oregon. Like, you take away Oregon's 10, They're still better than the ACC, but they're nowhere near as good. Ole Miss, again, people who hate the transfer portal. And then the other side of it is this. Did Ole Miss really have 8 guys? I mean, yes, they did, but they had a bunch of portal guys hit. Hold on, I'm going to get some good Florida State intel here. Hey, cuz, I got a question for you.
What's happening, cuz?
Is it Uncle Tom's River or some shit up that way? Like,
Yeah, Tom's River, not too far from me.
oh, okay. So, like, they got good football up that way?
Tom's River, that I'm not really sure of. I can't really tell you that. You can actually, you know who you actually ask is the boy I tried to plug you in with, King.
Yeah.
He coached out and towards, I mean, like, he coached in the Burlington area, but he can tell you more about that because he's a coach.
Okay, yeah, because we just had a kid who was at Rutgers, that left Rutgers, and we brought him in. And I was like, I don't know. I said, Jersey could be real hood, or you could be a Jersey Shore dude. And I don't really want no Jersey Shore cats. Like, we already got a bunch of soft boys. We need some inner city kids. I need some kids with black Air Forces that might rob somebody. Like, that's our problem. We got too many. We have a lot of nice individuals, and you need those sometimes. But about 30% of your roster, you got to be a little nervous about what they're gonna be like in 10 years. Yeah. So yeah, now that's what I was what I was asking about, because we had a kid from Jersey. I'm like, well, I could just call that. That's easy. So all right, I hit that dude. I hit old boy. I know we had a text message thread somewhere in my phone, so I hit him up.
All right, no doubt, cuz.
All right, cuz. Yep. All right. So he might be all right. He might be all right. That wasn't a no, but I just shook it. Like, I don't know if he's I don't want no. I was looking to see another thing. Like, if we can find his parents. Hey, actually, in the chat, y'all go in there and y'all tell me if y'all found his parents in the inboxes, because we already know if he's now. We don't. We 50-50 on where he's from. But if his mom is white and his dad is black, we know we may have some, because y'all know the theory. So the mixed breeds might work out. But all right, my bad.
Now we're looking at the states with the most draft picks. Texas leading the way with 37, Florida with 26, Georgia coming in third with 22, and you got Cali with 15. Then Louisiana and Virginia make up 10. Then South Carolina, Alabama, and Michigan are on that list with 9. Maryland and North Carolina with 8. And Ohio and New Jersey with 7.
Florida's still per capita. We have a fraction of the football players that played in Texas, though. Texas or California or Georgia. We have a bigger population, I think, than Georgia, but we don't have as many people that play football.
Brother Knowledge, kicking knowledge today. Appreciate that, James. I did not know that. So,
yeah, Florida has this. Though, when I tell you, it's been one of the craziest statistics. I don't know what it was this year, but it's something like most states are like 1 in every 400. It's like 1 in every 100 or 150 eligible football players sign FBS scholarships out of the state of Florida. Like, it's one of those things. If you're a senior in the state of Florida and you want to play football at the next level, the odds are really, really good for you. You got to be really sorry. Like, not necessarily play FBS. You can play D2, FCS, but you got to be really sorry or really selective about that.
Next, we got this NFL draft viewership stat for you guys. So the NFL draft in Green Bay was seen by an average audience of 7.5 million viewers across ESPN, ABC, NFL Network, ESPN2, ESPN Deportes, and digital channels for the 3-day event, making it the most watched draft on record behind only 2020 and up 27% versus last year. Here's some more stats. More than 600,000 fans attended the NFL draft in Green Bay over 3 days. And just some stats for you guys to read that off before we get into some more stats as well coming from the NFL shop. So These are the best-selling rookie jerseys so far at the NFL shop. This post was on Monday around 5:03 p.m. And at this time, it was Travis Hunter in that number 1 spot. Cam Ward, Shadur Sanders coming in at 3, Ashton Genty 4, T-Max 5, Jackson Dart 6, Abdul Carter 7, Golden 8, Warren 9, and Colston Loveland at 10. James, you surprised to see Shadur number 3 at this list, or not surprising at all?
No. You know, they got a whole wave right now of go to Shadur's website and buy his jersey from his website. So like he's legendary.
I couldn't tell if that was sarcasm.
It wasn't sarcasm, but it was ooh. I just my bad. I just saw his mom and just yeah, just man, she's light, but she's not white, but man, whew, she must got some killer vagina to have 9 kids. Yeah, she's fertile. But man, but nah, I'm not shocked though. You know, Shadur has he's been working on his brand, so the branding is powerful. Like he's gonna be paid. He's going to be okay. He's going to be successful in life. His father did a great job in setting him up for life. Just not a good football player. I mean, not a great football player. He's a good football player. He's just not great. First round, like, yeah, so, yeah.
Next, we're going to talk about somebody who had a close call with Shador. That is the Browns GM, Andrew Berry. Berry had his press run following the draft. You know, the reporters had to ask the hard-hitting Shador questions. So we got a string of press conferences, revolving around Berry and the topic of Shador.
You know what? I think it's unfair for me to comment in I guess maybe on behalf of the industry. All I can say is this, the time that we spent with Shador, and what he's done throughout his college career is impressive. He's an impressive young man. He's a really good quarterback. Sometimes fit comes into play, and I'd also say this, there are 4 more rounds of the draft, and then maybe lastly, it's less about where you get picked and what you do after you get picked. That's really the most important thing. Getting to know him over the course of the spring, he has a ton of resolve, and I think he's going to find himself in a really good spot.
It's not about where you get picked, James, but what you do with that pick.
The question I need to know: why did you draft Dillon Gabriel? Because clearly you could have got something else.
I'm glad you asked that, James. That goes with the next video as well. This reporter asked Berry what led to the dramatic change of plans to draft QBs Dillon Gabriel, former Oregon quarterback, and Shador Sanders.
I guess we wouldn't necessarily characterize it as dramatic, Daryl. I think, just like I could probably say the plan wasn't necessary to take 2 running backs. Like you envision how the draft could possibly play out, and then you just really adjust to what's on the board. And like I said, we don't really go into the draft saying, okay, hey, here are our needs, and we're just going to pick player at need positions. If you do that, that's typically how you make mistakes. So
can you blow that? Can you zoom in on the video?
The board does take different.
I have another question, because now I'm starting to get curious. Yeah, it's the beard is. His barber did his thing on the beard. It might be Beijing. Yeah, it's definitely dyed. But I'm looking up at the top, man. What's up with this fucking lineup, man? I got questions though, because that doesn't make sense. 2 running backs is fine. That's There's multiple people. You can go 20 personnel. You can go 30 personnel. So you can do a lot of different things. You know what you can't do? You typically don't put 2 quarterbacks out there. You don't go back to back. And then, but now that I'm looking at his edge, everything makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. So like I was just curious. I'm like, yo, man, something's off about this brother. Like you ever just look at him and just be like, I can't put my finger on it, but he ain't brothering like I need him to brother. Hey man, my hair is luxurious, Lewis. Man, oh, you know what? Don't you do that? Don't you get me to? Don't you draw this attention and get your fuck ass roasted? Here, you talking about my hair? I know I got a big forehead. That's it. Actually, I got a big head. My hair is fine, brother. Like, but yours, see, you know, about to get your ass, about to get all of that. That you one of them people I was talking about earlier. You don't get enough attention at home. Matter of fact, put his ass up on. Highlight that. I wanted people to see the comment that he made. That's fine. You can't talk about nobody looking like that. Like over there with holding that phone. Look how you hold that phone, man. Like shit. You damn sure you over here try to draw the attention off of him. Like you look. But again, do you have faith? Because you can't trust a man that don't have facial hair. But so like you over here like shit. No, good and damn well his edge is just not connected. It's just a little piece of it missing. That's all I was suggesting. Like shit, the motherfucker been stressed like a motherfucker. Like that, it could potentially happen. Shit. I don't know talking about gonna say how you don't ever say look at you. You don't get to do that. I'm medium handsome. I know I'm fully aware I'm medium handsome. I ain't the finest person in the world, but you ain't even that. So you just be grateful for whoever giving you attention, and you just stay over there. Let me do this part. Now you can't roast unless you're a professional comedian, or just which is fine. Like I'm like, hey. Anyways, man, we'll go back to like I don't want to hear anything else he has to say about Shedeur. I'm mad for him with the Shedeur family. Like I stand with the Sanders. Because again, like you drafted Dylan Gabriel and him with Deshaun Watson, the nut ass freak bull, with what's my guy who's basically his arm is dead. You got a quarterback room full of nothings. And you created a quarterback controversy with your young guys for absolutely no reason. So he's not even going to get Flacco, thank you. I don't really think he's going to get a fair shot. So you can't even say it's disingenuous to say it's not about where you get drafted, but what you do after you get drafted. Because you just put him in a position to where you can't even necessarily give him the energy that's necessary because you're taking reps away from him. Now, I believe he can. I believe he's better than. I do believe he's better than. Like, I don't believe he's better than Cam Ward. Personally, don't believe he's better than Jackson Dart. Everybody else that got, I know for a fact he's better than Tyler So. Everybody else is debatable. I will agree with that. Like, but like, I don't like when people are disingenuous about the things that they're saying. Like, I just think that was disingenuous. But go ahead.
Yep. So I didn't know if you did. I don't know if you saw this, James, but I don't know if you ever saw these commercials, but the Prime Time Family, the Sanders, they're sponsored by KFC. They have a sponsorship. And after Shedeur got drafted 5th round, 144th overall pick to the Browns, he tweeted, "Thank you, God." And KFC had this to say, quote, "The Colonel was rejected 1,009 times before finally landing our famous original recipe. Sometimes all a Sanders needs is a little time to cook. Congrats, Shedeur." James, I don't even know what to. Is this good for their PR team? Was this a check mark on their list or X? I don't know.
I mean, it shows that they're locked in with the Sanders family. It's hilarious, but yeah, man, yeah.
This is pretty privileged. That's all this is. Y'all love to feel bad for the pretty rich person. Meanwhile, Cam, our number one, we get no pub.
Cam ain't getting shit. I know this though. Would you say the draft is the second most watched draft or the first?
It's the second most since 2020.
It's a lot of
yes.
the NFL. This happening causes more people to watch the draft probably than ever. Funny story. So my god brother Francois, who's getting married. His daddy Daryl, his father, Francois' granddad, was the owner of Shingles Chicken House, Tallahassee, Florida, right by Family's campus. It's a historical landmark now. It's the only place where you can go where you can see politicians and drug dealers eating fried chicken out of a shack. 4-piece white double fries and the coldest root beer you could ever have in your life is what I grew up getting. And I would go over there and play Miss Pac-Man on the arcade machine that had a thin film of grease. Like you got to wipe it because they fried it so much. I mean, it was delicious, dog. One day I'm going to have him fry me some chicken for my tailgate because the only person who knows the recipe is my godfather, Daryl Shingles. And that's Francois' daddy. Colonel Sanders went to buy his recipe in the 80s, and he did not sell it. I'm grateful because selfishly, I would have never met some of my best childhood friends had he sold that recipe. Because they'd be rich. And they wouldn't have grown up in the neighborhood that we grew up in. But, it's funny how, a lot of those different things. Colonel Sanders wasn't really like Colonel. It's when you really go back and you learn some of the histories. Like, Jack Daniels was taught by a black man how to make whiskey. And Colonel Sanders, as I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I fuck with y'all might not fuck with KFC, but every now and then I like a good piece of KFC chicken. And when you go overseas, like in Jamaica, when they asked me, I said, "Hey man, I want some fried chicken. What's the best fried chicken I can get in Jamaica?" "Ooh, I'm gonna bring you KFC." I said, "Bitch, if you bring me some Kentucky Fried fucking chicken in Jamaica, I'm gonna whoop your ass." But then you learn that fast food in other countries is way different than our fast food here. Like they have standards. Like the shit is delicious. But yeah, man. But kudos to them because he needed the support and you want the people to support you, dog. I love it. I love it for him. Tupac cares if don't nobody else care. I always remember that.
R.I.P. Tupac. R.I.P. Pac. So, James, we got some list Twitter content for you. We're getting into some running back discussion. So, every team's best running back ever. Some names I'm going to read off. Fred Taylor for the Jags.
Nice.
Catches my eye. You got Derrick Henry with the Titans. Adrian Peterson with the Vikings. Jamal Charles with the Chiefs. Barry Sanders, obviously, and some other names in the mix. What names pops out to you on this list, James?
Larry Zonka for the Dolphins.
I just don't know.
Like,
before my time.
I love Larry Zonka. Larry Zonka was a fullback, one. It was a running fullback, but it was a fullback nonetheless. Ricky Williams played for the Dolphins, man. Come on, man. Priest Holmes for the Chiefs.
Yeah, for sure.
Ricky Waters for the it's two. I forgot the other one. You got Roger Craig and Ricky Williams, both won Super Bowls for the 49ers. Marshawn Lynch, I'm gonna go with Marshawn Lynch because I'm a beast mode fan. But Sean Alexander was that guy for the Seahawks before that. You need to be kicked off the top of the you need to be shot out of the cannon at Raymond James Stadium for putting Mike Allstott and over Warwick Dunn.
Yeah. My poor Patriots got Kevin Falk. That's sad. We ain't had no fun. I guess we had
Wait a minute.
For a little.
Oh fuck. I don't know which one you would put, but Adrian James and Eric Dickerson are tough because you could put Marshall Faulk for either one of those franchises right there. Christian McCaffrey is not. Oh man, what's my guy's name? Oh man, the running back that Cam Newton had when they won the when they went to the Super Bowl. OJ definitely, Jamal Lewis definitely, Michael Turner. If you're not gonna put Warwick Dunn there, you got to put Jamal Anderson.
D'Angelo Williams.
Yeah, D'Angelo Williams is better than Christian McCaffrey there. Franco Harris over the bus? Like,
Before my time. I don't know.
don't get me wrong. I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. Somebody they pissed me the fuck off, dog. But they were right. So like when I got COVID and I lost all that weight and I hadn't shaved, man, my skin was extra bright too. Bro, I look just like Franco Harris. I look just like Franco Harris. I was mad. Deshaun Foster is who I was thinking about, Andre. Thank you. Thurman Thomas, definitely close to OJ Simpson. Brian Westbrook got to be for the Eagles. Who do the Eagles have?
Shady
McCoy? Oh man, this is why I hate list Twitter, dog. They just put shit up here to make you mad, dog.
You gotta throw in a couple.
They just throw stuff up there like just to make you angry.
What about Clinton Porter? I don't know who
John Riggins was an old school dude. Okay. Curtis Martin definitely with the Jets. For the Giants? No. Oh man, the 80s. Was it Hampton? No, it's a better running back than Tiki Barber. I can tell you that much. No, Ron Dane. Wasn't Ron Dane with the Giants? But he wasn't. He's not a great.
And even the dude after Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson. That we just know Larry Johnson on his Kanye West shit.
Really?
He's not all the way Kanye West, but he's like believe every conspiracy theory and all these other different things. Like he's gone. Like his brain needs to be given to science when he's done. Yeah. Like actually, no, it doesn't. Because if they give his brain to science, football is done. I'll believe in CTE when Myron dies and they donate Myron's brain to science.
Or AB.
No, AB's brain is done. Like those are terrible people. Terrible people don't need to have their brains donated because there was something wrong with them before they played football. Steven Jackson was, but Steve, you can't, guys. You got to remember, St. Louis Rams had the greatest show on turf, and we got to have the guy who's like, you got to put Falk there. But he was dope when he was dope.
Miles mentioned the Commanders running back a little bit earlier when we were discussing the running back list, and the Commanders have some news coming their way in regards to a new stadium. So the Commanders will pay $2.7 billion while the public will fund $1.147 billion to build a 65,000 seat stadium on the site of RFK Stadium. The new proposed stadium will have a roof, and the plan is to host a Super Bowl in the future.
Please tell me you saw the
JFK. When the roof
is off, call it JFK.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah.
That is hilarious. I did see that. I was gonna plug it in too, but no, that was one of the funnier tweets I saw about this. And the owner, Josh Harris, said, quote, "Without exaggeration, this will be the best stadium in the country when it's built." Whew.
When do I want this? Actually, the Super it'll be so far from now that I might not even be covering Super Bowls at that point. By the time they get one, so because it's gonna take them like they gotta. It's proposed, right?
I think they just agreed to build the city right there.
So it's going to take 2 years minimum to build it. So they got to start on it. So what are we in 25? So 26. I guarantee you're talking about, and they got to make accommodations. So you're probably not talking about. They're not going to start it till 28. Like, man, I can't think that far. And like Trey will be damn near and getting ready to go to college by then. Like I'm good. I don't want to go. I don't think the Super Bowl should be anywhere where it could be cold, even if it's in a dome. Like, I just don't want to be cold during that time. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, all for it. I just need the Jags to hurry up and finish theirs.
Shout out to Jacksonville, man. Shout out to Jacksonville. But we're going to move to a team that had the pick right after the Jacksonville Jaguars, the New York Giants. So there has been a lot of controversy surrounding Abdul Carter, star-studded Penn State defensive prospect, and his choice of number for his Giants career. So he requested to have Lawrence Taylor's 56, a number that is retired, but LT responded and said no. Quote, I know he would love to wear that number, but hey, I think it's retired. Get another number. I don't care if it's 00 and then make it famous. James, what are your thoughts about Abdul Carter wanting to show homage to LT by wearing his jersey, even though LT has these sentiments?
If I'm LT, I don't want you wearing my jersey either. Not don't wear it because I wore it. Just say you want to wear 56. Because like, nah, what if you suck? Now everybody's like, oh, you wore that to show. Like, I don't want nobody sorry representing me. So I get it. Like, and I get what, and LT is basically telling them, man, go do your own thing, son. Like, wear 11. Like, it's so many other numbers you can wear now in football. Like, be different. And he was a game changer. Like, no matter how I feel about Deion, right? Deion was a game changer. LT was a game changer. I'm trying to think who else I could just say were. Yeah, I mean, the reason why left tackle, again, even the left tackle position became important because of LT. Not because of the initials, it's because he came off that edge and fucked people up. Completely destroyed careers. Like a Jay-Z bar, for the record, I put a couple careers on hold. Go check this record. Like, LT can really live that bar. Reggie White, like if Reggie White's like, why is his jersey retired? Should be. Like, you should speak in reverence. Like, no matter what he's done, like in life, obviously he's a sex offender. He's obviously notable crackhead, but at least he's just sat down, and every now and then he'll get in trouble for some shit that will believe is okay. Cool, Reggie. Nobody should ask to wear 92. You shouldn't even think about it. I know he's gone, but like, you should never call the man the minister of defense. He was whooping your ass and then praying for you. Like, you know how much of a mind fuck that is? But yeah, nah, they got it. Some of these like do something new. Do something new.
Speaking of doing something new, this player is staying with his current team. So he was a former Dolphins player, was a standout on the Dolphins, and what is now on the Vikings. But the Vikings reached an agreement on a 1-year, $23 million extension that includes $22.4 million guaranteed for linebacker Andrew Van Ginkel. I think one of the most underrated, but still very good linebackers in the league, and signed with Mr. Rosenhaus. So just wanted to talk about this, James.
I mean, I like it. I love his hair too. Like, look at that. He looks like a Viking.
He does. Very fitting. Speaking of another Viking style hair, George Kittle has reached an agreement to a 4-year, $76.4 million extension with $40 million guaranteed, making him the highest paid tight end in NFL history. So where does that place him and the others on the list? He has that first spot, only beating Trey McBride by $400,000.
Petty.
TJ Hawkinson, $66 million. In third place, Dallas Goedert, $57 million, and Mark Andrews, $56
Boo.
It's important to note that Brock Purdy is still awaiting a new contract with the Niners, and they got rid of a lot of people as well, trying to make some room for Brock.
It ain't finna be Purdy if they don't get that man some linemen.
That is true. I definitely agree because, they're getting so old, man. And, times is ticking. Times are ticking. And speaking of old, this is a perfect segue into our Big Games BS segment. Sometimes, I don't know if you have any older brothers, any older siblings, but sometimes they be wilding out and you see where you can get it from. And what we got right now is Samson Nakua. So he is Puka Nakua's brother, and he's in the UFL. So he has been suspended for 1 game without pay for slapping a fan at.
Oh, he slapped the shit out of that fan too. It was good.
Game.
1 game is, you know what? That's not a lot, dog. Like I don't. That fan deserved it. That fan earned it.
That's crazy.
I didn't know that's who that was. I didn't know that was Puka little brother. But like, look at the caucasity of this fan, because he leans into it, and like, let's just play it. We'll break this down. Bink. It was
He's laughing and pointing.
Yeah, it was a thing where he was like, I ain't finna just like, I'm not gonna give the full strength.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something I'm gonna slap you like a little bitch. And I'm gonna make you feel like just now you're thinking like, oh shit, David McGett is who I was thinking about. Damn, I hate when that happens. Thank you, Tony. David McGett was the running back for the Giants. That was nice back in the day. But like, why are you that far over? What he should have done, and probably would have got him a longer suspension. You that far over, you ain't got nothing to protect you. I'm gonna grab you by them goddamn strings on your goddamn sweatshirt and let your ass eat this turf. Cause like, why are you all the way over there?
Right.
Like, it's kind of like, these are gladiators. These are you have to channel aggression at that point. And the worst time to kind of come at somebody is because you don't know where they're at in the game. They're probably not coming down yet. They don't come down till they get in the locker room. But there's nobody for him to hit on that field right now. So when you go over there, you do that extra shit that fans pay to do. You realize, like, that needs to be on the ticket. You realize taunting, you're on your own. Now, if Puka little bro would have went up in there, he wrong. But you're in, like, you know how they have like the line, like just because half your body is in the fan, you're on the field of play, and there should be something in all tickets that say if you're on the field of play, you are subjected to the same rules that might happen in the field of play. And the only thing I wish is that, because this guy's gonna play, and this is the part that I hate. He's gonna play victim. He's gonna want more done. And at the end of the day, you antagonize this guy. And you shouldn't have.
All right.
Like, the only thing that he did wrong in that situation was not slap you hard enough or not harm you more. Because now you're going to feel free to do more of that shit. And I hope you got kicked out of the game for the rest of your life.
People not
It's just wild,
he is Puka Nakua's older brother, is 27 years old, and he plays on the Michigan Panthers UFL squad. We're heading to Cali. Sacramento State is a popular discussion now in the basketball world. Mike Bibby, we discussed a little bit earlier. Throughout the year, he is now the new head coach at Sacramento State, and he now has a former NBA player in his organization as well. So Shaquille O'Neal is named the general manager of Sacramento State men's basketball. Shaq has agreed to be the GM, and he joins a program shortly after Mike Bibby joined as the head basketball coach. He will focus on recruitment, marketing, and holistic player development on and off the court. O'Neal has waived a salary and will serve in a voluntary capacity. And they recently,
his son is over there now.
yeah, his son is on the team as well. So is Mikey Williams. He was formerly at UCF. Now he committed to Sacramento State. He is from Cali, had some run-ins with the law, and things just took a left turn. But he's still in the basketball world. Was at UCF last season, now at Sacramento State. And like you mentioned, James, Shaq's son is on the team as well.
Got some breaking news right here. This is still not enough. We might need to get that, Kendrick. It's not enough. The NFL has fined the Falcons $250,000 and DC Jeff Ulbrich $100,000 for failing to prevent the disclosure of confidential information distributed to a team in advance of the NFL draft. This stems to the Shadur prank call. It's not enough.
I hate to see it do his job, but
I think yeah.
especially for his dumbass son. But you raised him.
Yeah, like again, we can't get mad at Dion. We can't say Dion cost his son money without saying that the way he raised his son cost him money.
But yeah, not enough.
Yeah, not enough, but still a lot.
It is still not enough, James. Definitely agree with you on that one. And yeah, Shaq's son, who plays for Sac State, his name is Shaquille O'Neal as well. If
Was at
Shakir,
FAMU and then didn't want to play for Charlie.
Right. 26 overall.
College. The GM, my bad. The GM's job is basically his job is he's about to grease palms. To get to Sacramento State. And he's got the money to be able to do it. He's doing it for his friend, which is ironic. Mike Bibby is the coach, right?
Of the basketball program.
Yeah, what I'm saying. Like, you remember, does anybody remember what Shaq used to call the Mike Bibby of the Sacramento Kings, right? Does anybody remember what Shaq used to call them? The Sacramento Queens? And it's just ironic, but like, it's just like he's really helping them. But that's cool, nonetheless.
My bad. My computer just glitched for a second. But we're going to move on into a BS or busted segment, James. I was super hyped. I hope this is legit because I would go crazy. Now, would you go crazy with these Pop-Tart ice cream sandwiches?
When they come out, because I'm gonna get one. I love strawberry ice cream, and I love strawberry Pop-Tarts. The problem is, I don't know if that's gonna be like too sweet, man. Like that brown sugar and cinnamon, I'm already tweaking off of that. Yeah, like. And it's like, that's a tough texture. Like, how will it get soft? Because, like a cold Pop-Tart is still kind of a little hard to be. You got to bite into that through that frosting. Like, how do you do this? I'm curious. We may have to do a BS or busting on that. When y'all see this in the stores, y'all let me know because I'll go buy one. I'll go cop one. And we'll go try that. I just did one, bro. That McDonald's steak egg. Get the steak, egg, and cheese biscuit, brother. I'm telling you, man. Oh, we got it. I'm telling you, dog. This was I almost wanted to play church music behind it. Does there sound with it? That's from my Twitter this morning.
Can you hear it?
No, I can't hear me.
Here, let me try playing it again. How about now?
Still can't hear it.
Chat, can you let
If
us
the
know if you
chat
can
can
hear
hear it,
it?
that's all. I remember what I said. Nah, they can't hear it. Why they listen? Hey, Trey, come here real quick. While we getting that sound, I'm gonna just ask a question. Sometimes kids be knowing. Just ask this question, see what he thinks will happen. Because I just can't get that. I couldn't imagine it cost my mom $100. Hey, what do you think would happen to you if you cost me $100,000? Yeah, key somewhere. Yeah, nah, that's what happened to the dude who prank called Shadur Sanders. They fined his dad $100,000. My son decided that he wanted to put it on Instagram. This is why I be telling you, you can't be. You gotta watch your. His dad got held accountable for his IG because he was stupid. I'm telling you, you cost me $100 off your IG. We gonna have a new video. I'm gonna punch your ass, not punch. I'm gonna punt. I'm gonna lift you up, I'm gonna pick you up, lift you up in the air, and kick you. Like, see how far you go. All right, but hey, that's it, man.
$100,000.
That's a lot. That's like damn, that man. That's what Angelo said. Look, that sandwich looked like a mini burger. But anyways,
So,
when I get we ain't
James,
got yo.
BS or busting for that Pop-Tart ice cream sandwich. You never gave a verdict.
I don't know, but like I think it's gonna be busting. I just couldn't eat it a lot. I got diabetes, man. Like just looking at that shit make me want to piss. I'm going to go. I'm going to give it a valiant effort. I'm definitely going to eat it. Need to have a lot of water by you. But yeah, what I really think though is like, all right, so this is what I would do. I would just try to make it on my own. Toast the Pop-Tart, right? Because then like let them cool down a little bit, just make them a little warm so you can get through the frosting. And then just put some strawberry ice cream on it. And then it will kind of melt it a little. Because you know how sometimes when they come out of the freezer, it should be like frozen solid. So like, but the heat from the Pop-Tart is going to melt it down a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. Do they already have a version of this? Look at the Fat Boy. Oh, no, it says right there, like the Fat Boy sugar cookie ice cream. It looked like that's just a pastry. Keep going to the right. Keep going.
Oh, I see.
That looked like just the without the frosting.
I guess they're all similar.
Yeah, I don't know. When it come out, I'm getting active though. Ooh, the chocolate one looks.
Yeah,
The chocolate one look like it's hit. Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that's gonna be busted.
I agree. Definitely think it's gonna be bussing. And our next segment is something courtesy of Florida, the one and only infamous Florida man. If you don't know the Florida man, then you just don't know Florida man. So we have the Florida man in Jacksonville. So if
Around
you
the
were
corner.
cruising on I-95/I-295 on the south side, and you thought you saw a crazy man in camo and barefoot trying to catch a gator, you were not you were not deceived. This is a Florida man in his prime habitat.
This is shit I don't be understanding, dog. Well, no, that's not what I'm not understanding. Motherfuckers like this will lock their car door, driving on Moncrief. But look for this opportunity to get something that's really dangerous. It just jumped to this shit, man. This shit looks in his element.
Yeah.
Like loving every second of this. Barefoot on hot concrete.
So happy.
Like I'm happy for him, man.
Somebody's gotta do it.
But it's just wild the things that, and I'm not saying this person in particular, right? But it's just amazing the things that make people fear, like that cause fear in people, and the things that don't.
Yeah.
You be like, man, you just did this, and then like it'd be like a spider web makes that person's kryptonite. I love it, man. I don't want guys. These are the pilgrims that I don't want to die because we need them.
Yeah, for real. Because I have a very rational fear of gators. So,
like in just shit. I remember I told you this was years ago. I'll never forget this day because one, I saw my teammate for years, like Cameron Wembley, and I knew he was crazy before, but this is when I knew this motherfucker went off of his rocker. It had to be 2019 when we had the hurricane. That's the last hurricane we've really been affected by in Jacksonville, because then COVID hit right after that. That hurricane fucked Florida up so much that the National Guard stayed on orders all the way through December. And then I remember your teacher telling me, not teacher, why did I say teacher? I remember your sister telling me, hey man, there's this new strain of flu that's going around that's really going crazy. They may put us on orders again to try to help that. So like when they tell you all of this stuff about COVID, don't believe them, dog. Please don't believe them. It's a lot of shit that they don't just activate people like that. Like they have a plan in place and they put people, because like she was on orders for like a whole year.
Right.
Because as soon as the hurricane orders got done, she went on COVID orders, like for those different things. And I remember people saying like, we're going to go into martial law. And I remember she told me I was dumb as fuck. She was like, I might not like you, but I love my kids. So like if we went into martial law, you'd be the first to know. I'd be telling you to go buy everything from Publix. So like, but my teammate Cam came, and then the hurricane hit, and my street is not supposed to get flooded, but they were building up 295. So all the backflow came into my neighborhood. So my street got flooded and the power went out. And I have these Beehive cigars, these Cubans that are about 150 a cigar, 150 a stick. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna smoke one of I'm gonna smoke one of my good sticks. And I went outside on my porch. There's no light, but there's still water. And if you're from Florida, there's one thing we know about still water. Like anything could be in that water.
Yeah.
Like it could be snakes, it could be gators. And I'm sitting there smoking, right? I'm enjoying the cigar. Like, cause again, it's $150. You better enjoy that motherfucker. And I think about it, I'm like, wait a minute. Man, let me get my dumb ass back in the house before an alligator. Because then you see like the videos of the alligators just hanging on walls. Like just doing, alligators are creative. So I put that, threw that thing out. Actually, I smoked one at your mom's house too. That year, was it that year? No, it was the year. Yeah, that was the year we fired Tag. So we went up. Remember, we went up to Boston.
Right.
And I went on the porch, and it was like that fucking that Boston breeze from like that hit me in my motherfucking mouth. Like I was like, fuck that. I was trying to be polite and smoke on the little thing, and I'm like, man, fuck this, man. It's too cold. This don't make no kind of goddamn sense. But yeah, man. So Florida, man, we need to I don't know if white people, because again, I can't speak for white people. I'm not white. Or other races, like look at people and be like, man, we need to, like, do they look at black, be like, you know what, them YNs crazy, but we need them kind of people.
I hope so.
Because I look at some whites and be like, yo, protect him at all costs.
Right. Right.
We need him.
There's people out there with irrational, people out there afraid of buttons. They look at this guy
and be like, yo,
I gotta do better.
Yeah. If you're afraid of buttons, you just don't need to be here. Like,
super privileged.
Or you just irrational. Like the people, like, again, I know they're germaphobes, but like they do know everything has germs. So even if you wash your hands like 50 times, the minute you touch something else, germs are going to get on there.
How we men down.
Yeah, I don't think everybody crazy until they meet crazy. That's what I've learned. Bubba Wallace, man, that's a solid Negro when it comes to like that. I'm with you on that one, man.
We got a old head wildin' segment. Many are starting to realize they found the answer to a common problem we've been facing in the sports world, a dilemma that's been brought up with Shannon Sharp in his everyday situation. And people are saying we saw the signs a long time ago. Look at him doing the electric slide, y'all.
He got to be playing. Like, I don't know if he's trying to be goofy, but I know this isn't a new, because Shannon's a little more svelte right now. But like, why he doing all that unnecessary movement?
What is this a sign of?
Who he likes?
Why you guys are
like what I like? I'm gonna be honest. What I like is them hot pink shorts. Oh, never mind. Go back. Them black ones at the end with them here. Like, I ain't see her in the beginning. Like, who is she right there? But them hot pink right there. Like, that's how you see how she's just moving. Yeah. Like, but yeah, man. Like, he just looked like he.
But yeah, he is a little extra.
And a little stiff. Yeah, man. Like,
he needs to drop the weights for a little bit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. We gotta. I can see why you paying $25 a cheek. Man, to be able to afford $25 a cheek that's a lot of money. Well, you know how good your vagina got to be like that. The offensive lineman we just got to commit. Like, that's got to be 9 seconds. Now her face ain't worth 25 nothing. Like, well, she is a hard on the eyes, but that vagina to get your club shot up 9 times by two different and get 2 men to commit, because she's not married to his daddy. Yeah, man. Oof. Yeah, brother.
How'd you get the scoop so fast, James?
I found her name, Googled the name, and then saw her son that was on it. Saw her son on the IG.
That fast. So we got a little heart tugger right here. Nate Robinson, former NBA player, had kidney problems and was looking for a kidney donation, and he finally got his match. So we got a quick video of Nate Robinson celebrating the kidney donor.
Yeah. Is that Luke? Still got no sound. Damn, shout out to my dog Luke. Luke gave Nate Robinson a kidney. Yeah, man. I had one of my friends, Andre Cooper. Actually, he just had another thing that he had to go have surgery for. But he had to get he had to get one of his kidneys replaced. Not one of his kidneys, excuse me. He realized he only had one kidney when they went in, and that kidney got in trouble, so he had to have the surgery. And just when you sit on that list, on that wait list, it takes it's like, forever, man. No, it's not that Andre Cooper, Luke, but it's a different one. But yeah, man. Well, it's like he had one kidney, then the other side was like it didn't fully develop.
Oh.
And they didn't realize until he had started having issues. And when you don't have your kidney, you can't do. So
some people don't get to meet their guardian angels. I got a brother of mine. Mine's my brother, man. He got a lot big time, man. I was struggling and he came through in the clutch.
I got to meet Nate the day after surgery. Neither one of us were able to leave our beds until that point. And I was able to walk in that room, and I think I told Nate we did it. And that's really how I felt. It was a culmination of so much, and it felt like a long time for me, but it was about 9 months of waiting for this moment, just getting to that point where we knew there'd been great success in this.
Some people don't get to meet their guardian angel.
Like, man, that's selfless, man. That give me tingling because I don't know if I'm that selfless.
Oh, I know someone.
Like, it's just 2 people I know I'll give up anything for. There's 3 technically, but there's 2 that I know I would give up anything for. Like, I've seen this. There's a story of like a football player that gave up his kidneys for it or give up something for his mom's. And I'm like, bro, you got your whole life ahead. Can you wait? Like, mom, can you tough it out for 4 years, ma? Let me try. Like, I'm just saying, man, like that's shit. Like, you know, anytime you get cut on, you might not wake up. But that's dope, man. That's that's some
They
love.
didn't say if he was a fan. It looked like he just was a nice guy, or maybe on the donors list.
Yeah, like, man, I'm sitting here thinking, like, you know, it's like husband and wives and stuff. And they showed it on, I think it was like Boston Legal. Like, the husband gave up his kidney for his wife, and then she cheated on him and tried to leave. And he was like, I want it back. I want it back. I would be like, nah, dog. Nah, man. You can't leave me until that stopped working. But that's tough, man. Good. It's tough, man. Dog, I love my mama, Luke. I love her, but dog, that's shit. Like, that's tough, man. Like, whew. Good shot. Good. All jokes aside, shout out to Nate for that.
We're approaching that 2-hour mark. James, any last thing to say for the fans here at Big Games BS? Anything you want to show the fans as well? Any last minute clips?
Let's put up the list of who we can, like, because again, one of the things going on the internet is 100 men versus a gorilla. And this is clearly started by men. And Patrice O'Neal, this is what we really need Patrice O'Neal in life right now. Patrice O'Neal was out here saying, like, this is men. Like, if women aren't around to fuck up men's happiness, we argue about stupid shit like this. Like, you know, in my group chat, I got dudes that said that they'll fight a moose. They say brown bears are soft. All of this shit. And like, this was hilarious, but let's just read the list, right? And then I'll tell you, like, there was a scientist that actually broke down if this could happen or not. But then there's been some really funny tweets. Like, one of the funniest tweets was like, man, if I got 100 Mexicans, and if we rounded up 100 Mexicans, right, that were about to be deported, and said that if y'all kill, for science sake, y'all get rid of this gorilla, you'll become a full-blooded American citizens. They said that you can pay them a 24-pack of Corona, and you'll get some Gorilla Tims by the end of the day. I thought that was hilarious. But John Jones, they also said John Jones, Mike Tyson, Michael Irvin, and somebody else, and give them an 8-ball of Coke.
Lawrence Taylor.
They would give. I believe that one. John Jones, Aaron Donald, Alex Pereira, Murder Ray, Chris Hemsworth. I don't know why we got Sylvester Stallone in there, but David Goggins, The Rock, Deontay Wilder, my dad. He said when he was mad at me, like I feel my dad could be in there. Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, the Undertaker, Ja Morant, 50 Cent in his prom, random psycho high school D coordinator / history teacher, Reuben Foster, the Jokic brothers, Kris Jenner, shit. Go down, scroll. Zion Williamson, that's wild. John Cena, Trent Williams, gotta have Trent Williams. Definitely gotta have Trent Williams. I believe Trent Williams could go toe-to-toe with one.
You need that Florida.
Oh, Lawrence Taylor was the other one that they put in there for cocaine. Ben Wallace, Ron Artest, Vontaze Perfect, Brian Urlacher, Shaq, The Big Show. I love how he puts this. Jared from Subway for bait. Ovechkin, whatever. Scroll up. Nick Chubb on leg day. All right, gotta have the crash out bros. DK Metcalf and George Pickens, Andre Johnson, Cam Newton, Dexter Lawrence, Snoop Dogg to commentate, Kevin Hart, field reporter, Tony Baker doing voiceover. Oh, Tyson Fury, because we know Tyson Fury can take a punch. Like, we seen that shit. Scroll down. I don't believe Cam Newton. I've seen Cam Newton throw hands. I don't want him in there. Vita Vey, Terry Tate, that's hilarious. Ndamukong Suh, Ken Griffey Jr., photographer, Conor McGregor, Kim Jong-un, Putin. I believe Putin can fight. Micah Parsons, the girl from high school who won a fight at the pep rally in front of everyone. There is a girl who can always fight. P. Diddy is bait. Harvey Weinstein is bait. I'm not putting R. Kelly is only there to sing this Star Spangled Banner, and then I'm going to watch. Now, I've seen all kinds of things. They say the ones that said me after watching the gorilla take the first person and beat everybody else's ass with him. I was like, they start acting like a gorilla. All right, so here's what the scientists said. They said we are closer, like they are stronger than us. They are faster than us. Not faster than us. They're a little more agile than us. They have a more bone density. You can play that in the background while I'm talking to Jaden, any of those. They have all of these different things, but they fatigue faster than humans. So really, if you rush them, you got to tell them the truth. We all not going to make it.
Yeah. It's going to be at least 10, 15.
Yeah, some of y'all are going to die. But if you all rush them, it will fatigue.
Do you know how many 100 humans are? That's a lot.
And then what you have to also take into account that it has that it's a killer. Most wild animals, believe it or not, if you charge them, they'll run.
Yeah, 100 humans charge a gorilla, it's gonna run away.
So like you'll have the sheer numbers, but like you can't now in a one-on-one. In a one-on-one, yeah, you're done, dog. Because you also got to think they average between 400 and 500 pounds. We have 400-pound humans.
And they're herbivores.
To put it in perspective, the D tackle from the University of Florida that got picked up as an undrafted free agent is your modern day gorilla. Fuck, I can't say that, can I? Can I say it because I'm black?
I mean, avoided that.
Can I say it because I'm black? Because like he is a gorilla. But that being said, you also have to take into account that human nature.
Yeah, if we're doing that.
They also don't have reason or logic like we do. So we could come in and certain things, but like that'd be I'm gonna tell you where I'm not gonna be anywhere near that thing without weapons. Yeah, like they actually talked about that too, Polo. Okay, so the bone density, they say is not, while it's better, they're not impervious to the shots, especially repeated ones. And what you have to really take into account is once you're tired, you're going to conk out. So that's what they're like. If 20 people just jumped on this guy, it would be like all of the like you gotta. Basically, what the scientists were saying is you got to give them 5 to 10. You got to give a strong 5 to 10, and then after that, fatigue should kick in. Now that's going to be a cold 5 to 10 minutes. It's going to be a lot of screaming and a lot of people getting thrown around that motherfucker. But like if you can stay in the back, then you good, dog. But like, yeah, man. Like now a grizzly bear, polar bears,
those are killers. Like,
yeah, man, we fucked. Like if we ever in a situation with that, dog, we ain't got no problem. We ain't got nothing. There's nothing we can do about that, dog. Like, just you what you want to do is if it's 100 of you guys in that situation, you want to make sure you have 5 people that you tell them like, hey man, you go and tell our story. like 300, like 300, like the 300. We need somebody, which wasn't 300 people, but you need to be like, hey man, go back there and just, make sure people know that we lived and we fought. We went out fighting. But yeah.
Oh, that's terrifying. Oh, he got his skin.
Nah, he ain't free yet.
Peel off.
See, Coca-Cola commercials got y'all thinking that these boys are sweet.
For real. Damn, boy, he was hunting them down. Boy, you have never been happier that your machine started right away. Like there was no.
Yeah. What if that thing would have? Nah, man. Ooh. But nah, that's wild, man. But outside of that, man, appreciate y'all out here chopping it up with me on this Wagon Wednesday. If you shit, I just thought about that. That would be a wild. I've been shot at. I don't know if I'd rather be in that situation again than probably fighting a bear. I mean, fighting an ape or a gorilla. Like I'm cool on that. But we also seen, remember that what was her name? This wasn't Twerkahannes. Miss the Texas coach that was married to the stripper. Like they got a
Steve Sarkisian.
Hey man. Hey, side note, I talked to JB about that. I said, just stay away, bro. I know she's pregnant now, but just chill out, dog. Like she's shit. What was anyways, it's a stripper. It's a stripper, but I can't think of her name. But she had a pet monkey, and the kid went and tried to they went where they told him not to go. And that monkey ripped that skin off that baby hand or something like that. Just remember, they can't. It was wild. It was wild. But that baby, that's what that baby got.
Her name was
Pole Assassin. That's what it was. Pole Assassin. That's somebody you want to take home to mama.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm saying. Them I said, you reading it?
Yeah.
Is that what? That's what happened, right?
He allegedly attacked the child on Halloween. Yeah, so far.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Oh,
A stripper with a dangerous monkey. Who would have thought? Anyways, man, appreciate y'all chopping it up with me on this Wednesday. Appreciate you, Tennessee Titan Lou. Make sure you check out. We're gonna be doing the AFC South podcast with me and my guy, Big Sarge here coming up soon, where we break down the AFC South. I got to get with him. Outside of that, man, appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me. We will see you guys next time.